These fools, they'll never learn.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Food for Thought podcast.
And this time, it's just the
Boys.
Hey, that's pretty good. Nice.
Yeah, I said I'd only do 4 boys. I did more, but we synced up.
They come out of you.
2 women during their menstruation.
That's right.
I started off hot, baby.
The first 20 seconds was menstruation.
That's right. I think you can say that on YouTube early. I think that word's okay. It's scientifical.
Would you sync up to me if we were both ladies?
Oh, 100%.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. We're back. And yes, as we just said, it is the boys.
The boys.
The boys are back in town.
That's right.
It's boys season.
Boys in the hood.
That's right. That's right. And yeah, Devan's not here. She's in Florida.
Oh man.
So she's visiting her parents in Florida. And I'm not there. I didn't go. I bought her tickets as a surprise. So I bought her tickets to go and see her mother, get her out of the house for a few days.
We organized this.
Yeah. So she's out and about. I've been cooped up in the house like a madman for the past 2 days. So now I'm over here with Cyrus, and we're about to get jiggy with it.
Absolutely.
We are about to get as a warning, if for some ridiculous reason you are under the age of 18 and you're watching this, firstly, don't. You are not allowed to watch us if you are under the age of 18.
Don't do it.
Secondly, actually I only had one. Don't. Secondly, definitely don't watch this episode because we are doing our first foray into Cat 3 cinema. If you don't know what Cat 3 is, it is the Chinese, or I don't know if it's just Hong Kong or if it's China as well. I think it's China as well. It is the Chinese version of NC-17. So if you know NC-17, it's the American rating that is higher than R-rated. It means it's going to be either very saucy or very violent. The film we're about to do today, quite saucy.
Very saucy. No Zen. There's no Zen in here.
No Zen. But a lot of sex. We are covering is it 90 or 91? Hold on. I don't need to conduct anything. I need to check my notes. It is 1991. Oh, okay. 1991's Sex and Zen. If you don't know about the film, we're going to get into the meat of it. Pun intended. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's quite a raunchy little number.
So I was talking, Sean. We're not doing an uncut today because we figured this will be filthy enough.
Yeah, if you're part of our Patreon, by the way, we have a Patreon, www.patreon.com/food for thought.
We were talking before this came out, is coming out, and I tried to sum up what a Cat 3 film is to me. And I said that it's just a middle schooler like writing things down in his notebook. And Sean lost his mind. Yeah, he's like, "That's freaking nailed it."
That's the perfect definition of most Cat 3 films, especially the more sexy ones. It's just a middle schooler going.
You have a small pee-pee? Get rid of it. Get a new one.
Exactly. And just what would it be like? I can't go into details because we're not in the first 5 minutes of recording. YouTube don't allow you to be spicy in your first 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, we're gonna unleash the beast and go a little bit crazy. So I'll go over the basics. So Sex and Zen, directed by Michael Mac-Tong-Kit, starring Lawrence Ng, Kent Cheng, Eric Choi, Amy Yip, Isabel Chow, Carrie Ng, Murakami Arena, so there's a Japanese lady in there, and Lole also features, which is quite surprising. Lole is famously played Pai Mei in Fist of the White Lotus that we watched.
Wow.
He is the older gentleman that's like the cat burglar.
That man is a Swiss Army knife. He can do everything.
Yeah, he's a man of.
He's a fighter. He's a burglar. He's good at escaping.
He's a locksmith.
Locksmith.
Yeah. So, I don't know why they had this person on set because it doesn't really make sense. But the martial arts director for this film is Tony Leung Soo Hung. How much martial arts is in this film, would you say?
This burglar man
Yes.
kicks a man a
Yes.
couple times.
And he does some sword forms.
Right.
Right.
And it was definitely him. Shwee!
Yes. It certainly was not. But I panicked for a second. I wondered if we were recording. I panicked.
This is
Devan
gold.
usually does all the technical stuff in terms of recording. So if we mess up in any way, that's because Devan's not
How
here.
much do you think I help as far as gear, equipment, and setup?
Oh, you don't? You not at all?
Oh,
Oh, you gave me a glass of water.
that's right.
Yeah. Oh, Cyrus doesn't help.
I don't
at
do it.
all.
Nathan's hot dogs.
He literally goes in another room.
I want to. I would, but it's really a two-person job. Or at least that's what I tell myself.
It would be really helpful if it was a 3-person job.
Tell me what to do
All
next
right,
time.
I will. The film has 3 sequels. There is a Sex and Zen 2, a Sex and Zen 3, and then Sex and Zen 3D.
Well, put it
Yes.
on the list.
I have seen Sex and Zen 2. I think I've seen Sex and Zen 3 as well. I have not seen Sex and Zen 3D, for I do not have 3D capabilities. But good lord, if I did, I would. The exact English translation of the Chinese title is The Carnal Prayer Mat Stash of Illicit Love.
What the heck?
That's right,
Can I
baby.
see? Prayer mats.
Yeah. I
Oh,
don't-
prayer mat.
Yeah,
Okay.
prayer mat, yeah.
Okay.
So, The Carnal Prayer Mat's Stash of Illicit Love.
Okay. I
Mhm.
get the stash because it's the book.
Loosely based on the erotic novel, The Carnal Prayer Mat.
Okay. Interesting. I bet they were getting
So,
carnal on
The
that. thing.
Carnal Prayer Mat's Stash of Illicit Love. Stash probably isn't the best word. I don't think that's the exact translation. But
I think of a stash as an Ornpay stash.
well, good point. Good point. Maybe then. The film did quote unquote big business in Hong Kong, considering it's a cat-free film. So
I
it
can see why.
was apparently quite popular.
Masterpiece.
It mastered something. Wait. Oh, we've been going for 7 minutes. We're good.
Hell yeah.
We can say whatever we want now.
Horse dong.
Balls. So childish. Yeah, this film was nuts. This film was
Yeah, what a breath of
So,
fresh air.
let me ask you to start with. Did you like this film?
Yeah, it's fun.
Isn't it a fun film?
It was cool to see the people in that period piece be ridiculous
Yeah.
and have no kung fu.
Yes.
It was a nice flip.
No kung fu. Just I forget this film is not only a quote unquote sexy film. It is shockingly, I'm not sure I'd say offensive, but it swings for the
I was guessing all day. I didn't know where the line was.
yes.
I kept going, no, they're not going to do it. And then when his little helper friend helped him out, that was wild.
That's the most wild bit in the entire film.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute, but that's the most wild bit. In
I
the
feel
entire
so bad for that guy.
nuts.
He's like you're a slave, basically.
Yeah.
Remember?
And the film kind of it. I wouldn't say at no point is this film normal, but it stays within a certain line, and then towards the end, it just goes off the rails.
Yeah.
It goes mental at the end. But you enjoyed it. You enjoyed watching.
Yeah,
it.
it's fun.
Yeah. It's
So I'm a filthy guy.
yes.
But even I was like, "Ooh, careful, guys." When I was watching, I was like, please don't do anything too much.
Yeah, and they do at one point. They kind of, even for me who has seen a fair bit of Cat 3 film or Cat 3 cinema, and this film does go it towards the end it steps over a line which it shouldn't, but it does, and it's only for a fraction of a second. But it's no, you should not do that. It involves a horse.
Oh man.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. So I don't know what version you watched. You watched the version with subtitles. I don't know if yours was the same one as mine. My one, the one I watched, opens up by calling someone licentious.
Yep.
Don't know that word.
I think it means sexy, like a.
Does it really?
Well, like promiscuous.
Oh,
I'm guessing.
I'm going to look it up. Licentious. Fuck off. You must have looked that up.
Well, it just makes sense.
It literally says promiscuous. Promiscuous and unprincipled in sexual matters.
Deviant.
You know what?
Sexually deviant.
If you're out there and you're on a date, I dare you on the first date to just go, I'm pretty unprincipled when it comes to sexual matters.
Yeah.
Okay, licentious. Yeah, it starts off by calling someone licentious. I didn't Google it because I was in the moment. But yeah, there you go. It threw me. I'm a man who is usually not too bad with this vocabulary. This podcast wouldn't lead you to believe that, but I'm usually all right. How's the film start?
Alrighty, we have this chap, and he goes, you know what? I'm handsome, and I like to get out there and smooch the ladies.
He does.
And then the monk man says, don't do that.
It's gonna end badly for you.
Karma's gonna come around, and someone's
this-
gonna smooch your wife.
We call this foreshadowing.
Yeah. That's the whole movie, basically. Don't F around with other people's wives.
Yes. So he goes off to sow his oats, as it were, and he finds a lady.
Yes.
And he played by Amy Yip,
Hmm.
and he marries said lady. Marries Amy Yip, and then on their wedding night, they decide to have a sweet lovemaking session for the first time. It's not that sweet, because he continuously tells her it's going to hurt, and she says that's okay. I've got painkillers, and you can rub some ointment on my chuff,
Right.
and that will make me feel much better.
Right.
He does, and do you know what? I'm going to say this film nails the comedy role switch perfectly. So before doing the deed, he slips on a ring because they're married. She slips on a ring, he slips on a ring, and she puts her feet in stirrups, as you do on your
Right.
wedding night. That's what I did on mine.
Mhm.
Devon put her feet in stirrups, and I went buck wild. But he can't. He needs to. How do I say this? He needs to muster up the.
He needed to roll the dice first a little bit.
That's right. So for some odd reason, he goes to the mirror, and he starts going at himself.
He starts tossing the salad.
That's right. No,
I don't like that either.
no, tossing salad something
He's
else.
what is this?
That's
Rummaging. He's rummaging.
yeah. He's trying to find the words.
He's trying to find his keys.
Yes. So he's diddling himself, and then he goes back to the lady and Amy Yip, and he does what he needs to do. So she starts complaining that it's hurting. She doesn't love it, and he's like, "Oh my god, I haven't even fucking finished." And he withdraws, and blood everywhere.
That's right.
And she goes, "Oh my god!" And he's like, "I haven't even finished." And now looking at it, and she's like, "Wait, it's not me who's bleeding. It seems to be you." And the ring that he's wearing, as he's been performing handsomely on his scene, he's only gone and sliced himself up.
Mhm.
So he's gashed himself. Well,
I'm so
for
happy.
waste of one.
I'm so happy Devan did not watch this.
Oh,
She would have hated it,
we've
right?
got a question about that later on, but we'll get.
She
to
would
that
have
later on.
hated this, right?
She would have walked out.
Okay.
Yeah, she wouldn't be able to watch this, which is hilarious to me.
I
Yeah.
get that though. I get it. Even I was like, "Ooh."
Oh, she would. Do you know what? If we want to get into this, someone asked it actually. I believe it's Comma Candlinks. Asks a listener question that said, "What would Devon think about this film?" I can tell you, right? Devon is quite. She doesn't like. Right, she's fine with sexual stuff, but she doesn't like when the sexual stuff is like over the top or exploitative. And
Violent.
this film, yeah, she doesn't like sexual violence. That's one thing she doesn't care for at all. But this film would just be too much for her.
Yeah, it
Just-
doesn't stop. Guys.
Yeah, it would overcome her senses, and she wouldn't be able. She'd be okay with it. Oh, look, the guy's cut his knob, and I was talking about the role switch earlier. Her feet are in stirrups, and he's putting ointment on a chuff, preparing her. Then the role switch, his feet are in the stirrups, because he's been bleeding. She's putting the cream on him, and it's funny. I laughed. I
And
was
then
just like,
she's choking on something.
she's got a ball in her mouth to stop herself from screaming. You know, like when you bite down on something.
Yeah.
She's got that. She swallows that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then he bends her over and pats her back to
Yes.
help her. And that's like kind of a sexual position again.
Yes. So it starts early with the it's you know, the comedy in this at times it's quite. I wouldn't go so much to say it's super clever, but it's not. It's not like they try in this film. Also, it's directed very well.
They really did try making this movie.
Yes,
The scenery is
absolutely. It's a good
better than
film.
other
Yes.
movies. Like,
Yeah, it's a good looking film. But yes, Devan, just to go back to Devan a second, she would have handled the first scene, but I would probably say she would have walked out halfway through. I think once they got to the horse stuff, she'd be done. She couldn't handle that at all.
Tiny guillotine.
Even before that, she might have walked out. But yes, 100%. We're gonna get to that in a second. I think I've got the scene that she would have walked out on, and I'll tell you all about it in a second.
Great. This
Yeah.
is gonna be a wild one.
Yes.
There's no escaping it.
Yeah. By the way, if you ever want to pick up a woman, this film actually gives you the perfect way to do it. Right?
Hit me with it.
Chase after her,
Bingo.
tap her on the shoulder, and go, "Hey, did you drop your porno?"
Yeah.
Which he does to a woman. He hands this essentially old-timey porno mag to her, and she looks in, and obviously there's lots of explicit images, and they are explicit. They show a lot. And he says, "Hey, you dropped your," and she goes like, "You filthy bugger.
You filthy, I'm gonna hold on to this."
Yeah, you dirty man, this is mine now." And yeah, because even though he's married, his quest is to
Smanging and banging.
just slanging it. Yeah, he's a licentious man.
That's right.
And he wants to go about town and deal out his special. I don't know where I'm going. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Special
I'm trying not to
education.
be super crass for YouTube.
Yeah. It's
very
impossible.
difficult.
I'm trying
to
really
bang
hard.
a lot of women.
That's right. You have three things you need to be able to do that.
Yes,
You need to be handsome.
you do.
You need to have a big pee-pee.
You do.
And you need talents. Huh? What kind of talents?
Sexual talents?
Can you juggle?
You can juggle.
Does he mean sexual talents?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
What are his talents?
I don't know.
Yeah. So he leaves his wife, which they don't tell you. They just let you assume that he's left his wife.
You're right. It comes back to it. He's been gone for a
Yes.
month.
So he leaves her, and then we meet this other woman that he gives the porno mag to, and she goes, "Right, I'm going to keep this." Cut to a scene where she is making sweet love to a lady.
Right.
And if you've ever seen American Pie, and Alison, what's her name? Alison what?
Hannigan.
Alison Hannigan. One time at band camp, she did the and they show it in this film.
They sure do.
She has a flute, and that flute goes where it shouldn't.
That's
You
right.
can't play a flute like that.
They made it disappear. That's all I'm
She
saying.
did. It was a hell of a trick. She starts yeah, she's
As soon as I saw that flute, I went, okay,
that's going somewhere.
that's okay.
That's going somewhere. And so she's enjoying the fruits of
The
a
flutes of her labor.
the flutes of her labor. That's a good one. And it's great. She's having a great time with a lady, and it
Her
reveals
cousin?
Is it her
Odd.
cousin?
It said cousin.
Oh dear.
Odd.
Don't like that. But it's basically lets you know that she is a bisexual lady. Which is quite forward thinking for a film from 1991.
Well, pretty forward thinking. Some other forward thinking things happen.
Yeah, that's
You're
true.
thinking about all kinds of things.
That's true. And she, I tell you something, and I'm sorry that I'm going to get into the details, but when they're using the flute, I was just like, oh yeah, this is okay. I get it. That's kind of raunchy. When they started double ending it, ass to ass, a la Requiem for a Dream. That is very
dangerous, precarious.
I wasn't even going into that. That's very explicit for a film.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, this film, by the way, doesn't show...
I know what word you're going to say. It starts on an F.
Yeah. How did you
Flips
know?
and flaps?
Yeah,
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. So the film doesn't show flaps, but like it doesn't really show any vulva, if I can say it that way.
Right.
But there's one lady and there's two ladies and there's a flute between them and they're going at it, and it is more than suggestive. It is very explicit. Again, it doesn't show anything, but
It's like a Chinese finger trap.
indeed. And yeah, I was wowed. I think that's the right word to use. I was like, oh, good God.
I was just thinking. I mean, I don't have a vagina that I know of, but I was thinking that seems dangerous. With all the valves and
Oh,
all those moving parts on a flute. That is not a smooth cylinder.
no. Imagine the song that would come out.
Okay, now we're cooking with gas.
I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place.
This movie's all over the place.
So then we meet another woman
Who sells shilks?
who sells silks. That's really hard to say.
Yeah.
She sells silks, and she is married to Elvis Choi. Elvis Choi in this film is not a very nice man.
He's a bad man.
He's also a bad man in every other Cat 3 film you've ever seen. He is always the bad guy, and he doesn't treat her very well. He's eating all the food, and then she accidentally falls off a ladder and rips one of the silks. He finds that she has ripped the silk, and
There's no other.
are we going to say the word?
There was a grape.
There was a grape scene. But this is the one thing I don't like about this film. It often starts as grape,
Yeah, I know.
and then gets very sexual.
Yeah.
Like she starts liking it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And Elvis Troy is bonkers.
Oh yeah.
Firstly, the fellatio sounds in this film. Good God.
Okay, I actually watched our last episode when you were describing this movie. You're like, it's not a porno. It's not a porno.
It's not a porno.
This is kind of a porno.
Yeah, kind of. Softcore.
Absolutely.
Softcore porno. Yeah, there's sound effects that it's very.
Yeah.
It doesn't leave much up to the imagination,
Yeah.
if you will. And
of course, we don't see explicit images
No.
of genitals.
No.
But there's a sheet, and the man is big boned.
yes, he's hung like an Afghan stallion.
Yeah.
You see, there's actually a sheet in front of him, and you see his shadow, and he drops his pants, and boy, oh boy, like a baby's arm clutching an apple, as they
Right.
say. And you get you get to see that obviously she. So it goes from him kind of being rough and gross. She seems to slowly get into it. By the time he pulls out a large chain and starts swinging from the rafters.
Yep. Forgot about that one.
She's well into it, but I guarantee this is where Devan would have walked out. When it started off as kind of violent, she would have gone, "No, I'm not having any of this." And I'm glad we didn't watch this one with her because
Yeah.
Plus, it would
Just would have made her uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Which I completely understand.
Oh, 100%. If you are not, that's a good thing to say, right? If you are not fully invested in watching sexual cinema, like explicit sexual cinema that has no holds barred, it does not fuck around, it is not going, we're going to tread lightly. It does not tread lightly.
You know what? This might help.
Yeah.
If you're on the fence,
Don't watch it.
that,
Mhm.
but also, if you're not prepared to watch a pornog,
Mhm.
you're not prepared to watch this.
Absolutely. Also, on the flip side of that, if you're looking for a pornog to maybe, take some time out for yourself, have some special me time, this is not the film. This is
Oh,
not...
no. If I was like 12, anything's
Oh,
the
100%,
film.
100%. One thing this film likes, it likes showing lady nipples rub against many surfaces,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You got bamboo, you got silk,
Table.
you got a table,
Other boobs.
but not the other boobs. You've got a wooden support beam. It just likes closing up, like showing close-ups of women just nips.
And lots of see-through fabrics.
Lots of see-through fabrics.
I'm not a huge fan.
No, neither am I. It's get it all out, love.
One or the other.
Yeah, don't hide yourself away.
And none of this chaps, like a regular garment with things cut out of it. Get that out of here.
Yeah.
weirds me out.
Yeah, this film sometimes I guess I said that it doesn't tread lightly. At times, it like tries to hide certain things, like some aspects of nudity, but in other scenes, it's just like, oh, good God, everything's on display.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very interesting. She says, oh yeah, this is so the guy has obviously left his wife to go about town and sow his seed. And meanwhile, we cut back to Amy Yip, and she's at home all alone. He's been gone for a few months, and she is getting, are you horny, baby? She's getting a bit in the mood, and she says, and I quote, "My vagina feels itchy like bug bites."
Mm-hmm.
Now, ladies, I don't know it feels like that. If it does feel like that,
You gotta seek some.
I think you need to go and see Dr. Phil
That's right.
because you got some problems. She
All right,
oh, this
take
is
it away.
good. This is
How do we do
really
this?
cool. She is writing calligraphy,
And not with ink.
not with ink. There's ink involved, but she's also mixing something else with ink.
She has an inkling,
Yes.
and
What does she call it?
right, secretions.
Secretions. She is using her secretions to mix with the ink to write a letter to her husband. Also, she ain't holding the pen.
She's not holding.
Well, she is holding the pen. She's hands free, baby.
She's hands free. Hands free, right? She's on speakerphone.
She's exactly. She is not using her hands to write the letter, which is a talent.
Good for her.
Exactly. She starts painting pictures with secretions and with her, well, and she's having a grand old time. And basically, it's a masturbation scene. That's all it is.
Yeah,
she's going nuts on herself.
She whacked a paintbrush up there.
She did, yes. And then we get on to
yeah. If we didn't write this down, there'd be no way.
yeah, the big scene's coming up. The probably the craziest scene in the film. So, the bisexual woman, the guy who's married to Amy Yip, he's trying to pull her, right? But sorry, not the bisexual woman, the other woman married to Elvis Troy. But he realizes Elvis Troy's hung like a hound of the Baskervilles, and another reference.
No.
It's a Sherlock Holmes tale. Sherlock Holmes and the Hounds of the Baskervilles.
You know what's a fun expression I just heard the other day?
Go on.
It's like chalk and cheese.
That's a good one.
That's great.
You've only just heard it?
I've only heard it
Wow.
just now.
That's an old school one.
Yeah, buddy.
So yeah, he's hung massively. So he's like, oh my God, I'm not up to par in that particular realm. And he realizes that his penis, not up to snuff, as they say. So he visits Lodier and he says, "Hey, how can I, get this lady?" And he's like, "Well, you're in trouble, come back to me when you're hung."
He needs a larger flute.
That's right. So he goes, "All right, I'm gonna go to a doctor." Oh wait, he starts. So he accidentally stabs the penis of his manservant.
There it is.
And he takes his manservant to a doctor, played by Kent Chang, and he fixes his penis right up. He mends it. And while he's there, he talks about how he's really trying to get a business by transplanting limbs.
How coincidental.
Yeah, I know. And he says, "Well, I have an idea." And at first he says, "Can you give me a dog's dick?"
I was like, wrong choice, my man.
Wrong choice. Poor choice. And then he goes, "Can you give me an elephant's dick?"
Too big.
Too big.
3 legs.
He's like the Goldilocks of penises. And then he goes, "Well, how about we have a horse's dick?"
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "I can give you a horse's dick if you want one." He's like, "Okay, we can do this." So he tells him to meet him that night, bring a horse along. And then we get this wild... Firstly, this scene is about 20 minutes long.
True.
It's very long, but for some bizarre reason, in my opinion, it works really, really well. It's maybe one of the most offensive scenes in the entire film, but for some reason, it just works because it's so outlandish and so silly, but so massively enjoyable. So he gets put in a barrel.
Why? Doesn't matter.
Nope, doesn't matter. There's a hole in the barrel, as you might imagine,
mm-hmm.
and his piece goes through the hole.
Yep.
And yes, like Cyrus mentioned earlier, the Doctor has a guillotine, a mini guillotine,
It's a new technology.
indeed, like the one from Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Eh?
Doesn't he? Doesn't Sean? Is Sean Connery in that film?
No. Sean Connery? I just watched Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Isn't there a
Patrick Stewart's in it for a second.
Isn't there a guy performing circumcisions with a mini guillotine in that film?
You might be right. Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks. Why am I saying Sean Connery?
I don't know.
Why do I think Sean Connery's in that film?
That'd be funny if he was.
Yes, mini guillotine. So he explains that he's going to rub some what? Not aphrodisiac. What's the what's the fucking word that they
Not
inject you with?
antiseptic.
No, anesthetic.
Anesthetic.
Is it anesthetic? Yes, anesthetic. Why couldn't we remember that for a second?
We need Devan here to make us
yeah.
smarter.
Anesthetic on his junk, and
Won't feel a thing from the waist down.
you won't feel a thing from the waist down.
Drink this soup or whatever the hell. You won't feel a thing from the waist down. That's some magical stuff.
And then he says, horses, they don't react to that. So we're going to get the horse drunk.
That's right.
We're going to get the horse drunk, and then when he collapses, we're going to cut his knob off, and then we're going to slap it on you.
That's right.
So we get some hijinks with Ken Cheng saying, when there's a storm outside, I go nuts because my mum was raped
Graped and killed.
Sorry, YouTube. Graped and killed during a thunderstorm. And
Naturally.
sure, why not? And yeah, then we kind of kick off proceedings. So you don't. I guess this is what you were saying earlier, where you're just like, they're probably not going to go through. How far are they going to go? He cut his knob off,
And they
with the
show it.
guillotine. And they
Rolling
show it.
around, and the dog's just licking it.
They show a knob literally roll down the chute into a jar, and then yes, the jar falls, and then a dog takes away his severed penis.
Yeah.
And
But good news, he has to put it back on because the operation's taking too much time.
the horse won't get drunk.
The horse won't get drunk. The joss sticks are going down, and there's a thunderstorm, so that put a wrench in the thing. So he goes, good news is we found your ding dong, but it's like a little chicken nugget situation.
It's can I say just the tip? It's
Yes.
literally the tip. It's just yeah. So he's like, I'm gonna slap this back on you. He's like, well, hell no. That's but not a part of the deal. And then the horse collapses.
Oh, sorry. The manservant, almost got his pee-pee taken.
Yes, he tries to
And
take
glued
his
on.
instead. Yes,
Wild.
because the manservant has a larger penis than the guy.
Yeah.
He tries to take his. He says, "No, you're not going to take mine." The horse collapses. They explicitly show a horse penis,
That's one of the things I went, they're not going to do that.
and not only do they explicitly show this horse penis, he cuts it off. It flies through the air. The manservant has a jar that he's going to catch it in. They show it falling through the air, and then does he catch it in the jar?
He does not.
How does he catch it?
Have you seen a sword swallower before at the circus?
I have.
Something along those lines.
It goes directly into the manservant's mouth.
Yeah. Blood as well.
Blood splatters his face. A big horse penis goes into his mouth. And when I'm saying they do not, they show everything. They don't imply that it's a horse penis. It's a large horse penis prosthetic.
Yep.
And it's very graphic. And it goes in his mouth. And it's in his mouth for way too long.
Not the only time it goes in his mouth.
Does it go? No, sorry. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Just occurred to me.
Yes, it took me a second. So they perform the operation, and he has but they say something important that we missed. They need to get the horse aroused before they cut the penis off. They do so by waving a red handkerchief in front of the horse's face, because horses get aroused when they see red. Not true.
Maybe like bulls.
Yes. You think?
I think the red thing's BS. I think they're just like, well, this guy's waving this shit in front of me.
So I'm just gonna run at him. Yeah. So fast forward a little bit. He's at home. Lole comes over and he goes, "Hey, look at me now. I got a big horse penis." And Lole says, "Okay, but
Show me
how it works, baby." And he cannot get aroused. So this bit is so shocking. I didn't care for this.
That was the worst.
That was Davin certainly wouldn't have gotten that far. he could have just start right. If your penis isn't getting aroused, you can start working it yourself, right? You can start looking after it and getting some stuff going.
Yeah.
No, he says, "What about if my manservant just starts? I'm going to say it, just starts jerking me off." And
Right.
he starts, and then Lole says, "I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. What if he
Put
sucks
your money
it?"
where your mouth is.
Yeah, and he does start sucking his master's penis. I don't know if I can say this on YouTube.
This is wild.
Am I going to get in trouble? I
It's
feel
what
really
happened.
bad. Yeah, it does. That's it. That's the film. He starts going down on him, and that's not working either.
Mm-hmm.
It's so horrible. They shouldn't. Yeah, it's so bad. And then I got confused.
Take it away.
I got confused by this scene. It took me a while. Lole has a sword, and doesn't he say like, "Oh, we're gonna have to cut it off," and he starts waving the sword around. All of a sudden, there's a Twitch stream.
That's
He's
right.
streaming on Twitch,
That's what I'm saying.
and he goes, "Wait! When you twirl that blade round, things start happening." So Lole busts out the kung fu forms, like doing all this fucking stuff, or it's stunt double. There's all over the place. All of a sudden,
Movement.
strong like bull.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get it. I said, why was the sword making him aroused?
So we have the sword and the movements, and wow, it's just so stimulating. And we have the red garment or a little fabric piece
The
on
sword had a red tassel on it, right?
it. Yeah. So it has nothing to do with the swordplay,
No,
which
it has
the burglar thought it was.
right.
It's just the little red thing.
It's the little red tassel that he waves, and I didn't see the red. Like my brain didn't put two and two together, and then that's why. Because if you get a limb attached to you,
Yeah.
that limb has a mind of its
Of
own.
an animal mind.
Apparently,
Yeah.
like that film Body Parts, where someone gets the arm of a serial killer and it starts killing people.
Or
that feels dope. That feels so good.
Rob Schneider's the animal. He gets
Oh,
like
stabbing
he
in
gets
that.
like animal guts or whatever, and
And
he
he yes, okay, I get it.
he like starts eating things like a goat. He can like run like a cheetah.
Rob Schneider, he's been
Number one, Rob Schneider is up there for me, man.
he's up there with the greats.
The great,
Yeah, the
he was
greats.
killing it for a second there. The
Mm,
animal, the one where he's a lady.
the girl.
I love that one.
I've never seen that one.
It's a good one.
Juice Bigelow.
Hell yeah.
I've never seen. I haven't
Watch the
seen.
second one.
I don't think I've seen a Rob Schneider film. I don't.
All those Adam Sandler ones. You can do it.
I haven't seen a Rob Schneider film where he's in the lead.
That's
Never.
That's a good point.
I've never seen a Rob Schneider film.
There's only like Big Stan. That's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I've never heard of that one.
He tries to like he's going to jail and he's trying to get like pumped up before he goes to jail. Terrible.
I can't believe I've never seen Juice Bigelow.
Give it a go.
Male Gigolo.
That's right.
Who else is in that film? You know what film?
Dude, some of the stuff in there is peach.
You know what other film I've never seen? Van Wilder.
Yeah, I don't,
No,
I'm fine. I'm good. I've seen
I haven't seen a lot of Ryan Reynolds' earlier work. I've never seen Waiting. Is it?
yeah,
Waiting?
that's put on the list.
Yeah, I think you've told me before that's a good one.
You have to watch it.
I haven't seen Grandma's Boy, which
Gotta watch it.
you are very upset about. You
You
tell
will
me to
love
watch
it.
that all the time.
It's not too crass. It's simple. It's just about a guy who is on tough times because his roommate is addicted to Madame Kame's Filipino palace. And
Okay.
he spends all of his rent there.
Okay.
So he has to move in with his grandma.
I've never seen Half Baked entirely.
Oh,
I've only seen some of it. I haven't seen it all.
okay.
Some I haven't seen Big Daddy. I haven't seen Little Nicky.
You're actually okay.
Am I okay there? Yeah.
People would disagree, especially with Big Daddy, but it's kind of like more feeling.
Okay, yes. I've seen most of the classic Sandlers, I think.
Happy Gilmore, baby.
Haven't seen Grown Ups.
That's fun.
That's
It's so stupid.
oh really?
Just a bunch of comedians making dick jokes.
I think there's a lot of like classic comedy films I just haven't seen.
There's a lot of action movies I haven't seen.
Yeah, I think we kind of flipped on that. I've seen
time.
all the action. You've seen all the
Die Hard.
comedy. Haven't seen Die Hard.
But I don't even think I've seen all of Terminator. You know what I mean?
Zoiks.
I watched Predator when I was in like my fucking late 20s, maybe. Is that wild?
Terminator's incredible. You haven't seen Terminator 2 though, right? Please tell me you've seen Terminator 2.
Again, I don't think I went, Time to watch Terminator 2.
You need to say that to yourself now.
What do you mean?
Like tomorrow, you
Oh,
need to go. It's time to watch
I get it.
Terminator 2.
I get the gist. I know all the
Oh
good
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Wow. Have you seen like the Lethal Weapons?
Not really. Well, we watched one for the pod, right? South Africa.
That wasn't for the pod. That was just us watching it together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right.
Because we didn't do a commentary track for it, and we certainly didn't do it for Food for Thought.
You sure?
Why would we do Lethal Weapon 2?
Why wouldn't it? We're doing freaking Sex and Zen.
That's true. No, I think we just watched it together one time.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to watch some more action films. In the comments, talk about what action films Sarah should see.
Can't believe I watched Roadhouse. That was a blessing. The original.
The original?
How did I come across that? My Iranian dad. Serious?
man.
You have to watch Roadhouse? No. My mom doesn't watch those things.
You just stumbled across it.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, the good old time. Yeah. Where are we? Oh, horse.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
He's got all 3 steps now.
all 3.
He's got the
good to go.
looks,
He's
the
good.
brains, and
That's
the
right.
ding-a-ling.
That's right.
So he goes to Silks. He's back at Silks now
Yes.
because mean husband is
Yes.
going on a work trip.
He goes on a work trip and he gets with Silky Lady.
Mhm.
And we get a sex scene, which, firstly, the kissing in this film, gross.
I think I said gross.
Yeah, so did
out
I.
loud.
Yes, gross.
It's just and then the lady's eating his tongue.
It's just not. I mean, I don't like making out scenes in films as it is. I'm not a big fan of on-screen kissing, but on this, it's sloppy and it's just gross. Also, if you've got a grape in your mouth and you've been sucking on a grape, and then you pass it
It's real gross.
into someone else's mouth,
Yeah.
you're a nasty mother.
Gross, dude.
Put it away. Ugh.
Ugh.
That's in my notes. Don't stop passing grapes.
You know, maybe in my older age, I feel like this, but you know, when you're a wild kid, a loose cannon, you're making out, you're just kind of like animals. The tongues are everywhere.
Yeah, oh yeah. My first kiss was bonkers.
Okay.
No, my second kiss was
Gotcha.
bonkers. My first one.
I remember a lot of teeth on my first one.
Really?
Maybe I was doing the wrong thing.
You know what? I'll say this. The first one, I let the lady take over.
Absolutely correct.
I let her do all the work, and I just followed suit.
Did she put her arm around you?
She stroked my hair and said, there.
Did she have a bucket of popcorn in her lap?
That's right.
Yes!
No, it was working well. She guided me quite well. But the second kiss, I was like, well, I've got it now. I know how to do it now. I'm good. So I was a bit intoxicated. I was young. Keep in mind, I was a young man, maybe 14, 15. I was a young man. I'd had a few drinks, and I started making out with this girl, and I lost it. It was like a box of cow tongues.
Mm-hmm.
It was all over the place, and I drooled into her lap,
Okay.
and it was landing on her jeans, and she went, "What's that?" And I went, excuse me?
She said it's my secretions.
Yes, I tried, yes. And do you know what? She didn't mind. She went back to it. She went back for seconds.
She's a veteran.
She went back for seconds, and
She pop a grape in your mouth.
she did. Yeah. So that was successful, but I was a terrible kisser for a long time. Yeah.
You know what? I'll say this. I always thought I was pretty darn good. I get my initial point is now that I'm older, like 10% tongue, if that.
Okay.
I like it. It likes to make an appearance.
You're all lip.
Yes.
Yes.
Very lippy.
Yes.
It makes an appearance and then it goes to the back of the room.
Okay. Yeah.
It just kind of observes.
Yeah.
And then comes forward. Anyway, what's my point?
Please believe it or not.
That's right.
It took a while. Sorry,
That's good.
I was very slow with that one.
Yeah. I smooched a lady from Manchester.
I also spooched a lady from
She showed me a
Manchester.
whole new world, Aladdin style.
Oh, really?
She was doing tricks I didn't even know about.
Yeah.
And she was so poised.
Oh, really?
She was like, it's like she wasn't even enjoying it. She was just like putting on a performance.
Like performing mouth origami.
That's exactly right.
Lord.
I learned some things.
Yeah, I made out with a drunken slag from Manchester. She wasn't. She was a lovely girl. But she was particularly drunk, and that was a good time. Do you know why? It was so romantic. We were on a park,
hmm
and the rain started coming down,
Take me there.
hammering down. The moonlight twinkled in the sky through the rain,
Oh my
and
god.
we went under. I don't know what you call them here. Do you just call them jungle gyms here?
Sure.
Like it's like a climbing frame and swing set and a
Absolutely.
slide. We went under that together. We huddled out of
And
the
you could hear
rain.
the rain bouncing off the
Could
plastic.
we ever?
Dunk, 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 dunk.
And then we just, I believe, I even took my coat off and draped it over both of us.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm talking about, I was like 16 years
I'm gonna
old.
slip and
And-
slide off this.
And we leaned in, and it was Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt.
Oh my
And
goodness.
we had a
It's like chalk and cheese.
that's right, we had a grand old time. And yeah, that was very. Some of my kisses have been very romantic, especially my younger ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. Just-
They meant more.
I think it's more romantic because I was more romantically inclined. Oh no, I'm romantic now, but back then I was just like, this is such a special moment because I've kissed like 2 girls, and
Oh,
you know,
man.
yeah,
I'm a sucker for a smooch. Back then, when I was like a teenager,
Mm.
I had a girlfriend. I smooched her once each day after school.
nice.
I look forward to
And
that
every single
all
one
day.
was special.
Hell yeah! I put my
Yeah.
bike helmet on. I rode home afterwards.
I thought you meant you smooched her with a bike helmet. You went, wait, we can't do it yet.
I need protection.
That's right. Yeah. My mum told me I should wear protection.
Mhm.
Yeah. Kisses were special back then.
Yeah.
These days, dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've never seen each other kiss. Isn't that weird?
Why would we? I think I've seen you kiss Devin.
Not like making out.
No.
Oh, on a wedding day. We
yeah.
had it was a lot. By the way, wedding day. Control yourself.
Yeah, man.
Control yourself. Keep it PG-13. PG if
Don't
possible.
make it a cat 6.
No.
Cat 3?
Cat 6. Jesus, what's that?
Oh, a cat 6 is something to do with TVs.
Oh, is it?
Doesn't matter.
Don't make it cat 3. I will honestly say, wedding day kisses, no tongue.
You've never kissed before.
No tongue.
Pretended like that.
Yeah. No tongue at all. Some maybe heavy lip action, and it should at most 7 seconds.
At most.
At most. No longer than that. Me and Devan, we kept it nice and classy. Keep it classy. And
Diego.
San Diego. And it was gravy. Everything was all right. But I've been to some weddings. People need to calm the fuck down. It's like, it's terrible. Yeah. So
There was a
there you
chain
go.
involved in one wedding I saw.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just picked her up.
There were plentiful grapes.
Mhm.
Anyway, yeah, there was a great grape scene. I didn't like it. It sucked.
Oh, chastity belt. The burglar came in and somehow dismantled it.
There's a chastity. Yeah, you're right. Chastity belt, which only briefly kind of was
Dismantled? How often does anyone even say that shit?
It's a nice word, but it was a very throwaway thing. The chastity belt.
Sunder. That's a good one.
Torn asunder.
Oof.
That's a good phrase.
Yeah. Wretched. That wretched thing was torn asunder.
I like wretched. Wretched's a good one. Do you know what? I would love to just keeping within the theme of the film. But here's a little tip for you. You've made love.
Yep.
You're lying with your woman of choice or your man of choice.
Mm-hmm.
You're sweaty.
That's right.
You're heaving. Not heaving. Your breath is heaving. And then turn to that person and just go, you tore me asunder. And see how they react.
That's
I think it's
good.
a decent one. I'm a bit all over the place now because I can't remember. I'm talking about the starfruit scene now.
Okay.
That just pops up, right? Is that the same woman that he does the grape with?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay, so basically it's not the silk selling woman, it's the other woman that he gave the porno mag to.
It's the
earlier on.
Byzantine woman.
Yes. The Byzantine?
B-I. Buys.
Are you okay? Oh, bisexual woman.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, it took me a while. Byzantine's a hell of a word.
Hell yeah. Byzantine Empire?
That's right.
Always make sure to drink your Byzantine. Stretch.
Is that Ovaltine?
Yeah, I
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
a fan.
No, but she is bad.
Yeah.
They're sat opposite each other,
That's
and
good.
she gets a bit saucy. She takes a bit of starfruit, and she puts it in a starfruit,
Mm-hmm.
and then she brings it out again, and she says, "Here, take a little taste of this."
Now,
and he's not into it.
everything would lead us to believe he'd say yumma, yumma, yumma.
I mean, any warm-blooded person who's into females probably would.
At least be nice.
At least take it. At least have a little bit.
Please-
Show some respect.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, not to be too graphic, that shit's dripping.
Okay.
It is soggy.
Okay.
So she's, it's. But he is almost like, oh,
Not
thank
into
you, man.
it.
Not today.
Maybe he didn't like starfruit.
Good point. He has a little nibble, and then she brings it to her own lips, to her own maw,
Mm.
and she wolfs that thing down. She loves every minute of it.
Mhm.
Then it gets weird. Now, I will say this film often goes from sexy to fucking wild in a beat.
Mhm.
He still has his horse penis, and
This is a fun one.
I'm just gonna say it. Should I just say it?
That depends. I can't remember.
She jerks him off with a loaf of bread.
There it is. It's like a bun.
It's like a bun, like a soft bun. And I don't want to do mime. She opens up the bun, tears it asunder,
Yeah.
and just sticks his piece in it and starts going to town.
And he's kind of not into that.
He's not. I don't know if I'd be into that.
Interesting.
Just keep the baked goods away from my goods.
That's
I
right,
don't
I'm
think I'd
saying.
like that.
Yeah.
Flaky pastries around. Oh no, no,
Mhm.
thank you.
Hey, we had delicious Chinese dumplings the other day.
We did have delicious
my
Chinese
goodness.
dumplings. I tell you, we went for some dim sum, and it was traditional. Like it was. I've never had Chinese food so traditional.
Yeah,
I went
man.
the day after as well with Devan,
I know.
and I got their salt and pepper pork.
Ooh, that's a big thing now. Salt and pepper.
Oh my god, it was so good. It was the best dish.
Damn.
Best Chinese dish I've ever had. I loved it. But we went there, and I tell you what though.
Mm.
Sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place. We went there with a group of friends. We had a great time. One of them we haven't seen in a while, and we gorged on dim sum. And I went back the next day. I swear to God, I thought I was a goddamn pimp. I strutted into that place.
Give me that menu.
Like, give me your goddamn menu. And I said, Devan, you want this, 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 and this. And she's like, well, do it. No, shh. I put my hand to her lips. I said, no, you want this, this, this. She said, salt and pepper pork. I said, yeah, throw it in. And we sat down and we ate. When I got that bill, I was absolutely gobsmacked.
Mm.
I thought maybe we'd gotten a few plates that would cost me maybe $60.
That's the number I had in my head.
Double that
Shits.
for the two of us. I was gobsmacked. I was like, holy shit, how have we spent this much?
Hey, I didn't pay you yet, did I?
No.
Okay, good to know.
But I was just like, unbelievable. And you know what? It's worth every goddamn penny.
Yeah.
$120 Chinese food. I'll take
You know what? My whole life, I've eaten at Chinese restaurants and I've had Chinese food, and I go, I don't think this is Chinese food.
No.
The dumplings are just the same.
Yeah,
everywhere.
and you get fucking General Jackie Chan's chicken.
That's right. And the dumpling meat is like a ball of shit.
Mm-hmm.
This is so legit. Steamed dim sum dishes. They had like the hot chili oil. I don't even know what
It was very hot.
wontons. I don't know. They're like soft, small dumplings.
Yeah.
Very hot.
Very
Very
good.
good.
With soup in.
Oh,
They had
Lord.
dumplings. I bet everyone's going, yeah, we eat them all the time. Like, we're just
True.
acting like children. Soup, dumplings with meat on the inside, surrounded by soup.
heavy broth.
Heavy broth.
Heavy structure. It was
Oh,
great.
Very difficult to manage.
Yeah,
Get
you'll
them?
look like a bellend when you're trying to pick one up.
Oh, absolutely. It's like you're doing, what's that game? Operation?
That's right. What if they did that? Yeah.
Yeah, because if you pop them, you're fucked because your soup's going everywhere.
Yeah.
You have to be very delicate to get them on your spoon.
Mm-hmm.
Good
And you
time.
don't want to get them all in one bite because that's just too much.
No, you have to take off the top and kind of slurp the soup out. Although I will say, when they cool down, just pop a whole one in.
That's true.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Where were we?
Anyways,
Bread.
wieners and bread.
Bread. And then you think, oh, this is weird. This is weird. Is knobs
And
some bread.
guess what? Surprise, surprise! I guess
You
we're
say this can't get any weirder. It does.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes to completion
Mm-hmm.
in the bread, and by that I mean literally in the bread. Now, at this point, you'd think an average person would go, well, this bread's done for, throw that in the bin. No, 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 no. She rips some of the bread off and feeds it to him.
Right.
Is he into that? I can't
Nope.
remember. No. But he does.
He does.
Nibbles it.
Mm-hmm.
Would you do that?
Hell no. Hell no. I don't know. I mean, this is. I won't even go there.
Okay, yeah, maybe that's a bit. Yeah, I think we were going.
Yeah, that's a substance I know very little about.
Yeah. In what respect?
In
Flavor?
bingo.
Got you. Yes.
That was pretty safe.
I think so. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then her homie comes in and goes, "Hey, we're not banging anymore. What's going on?" She said, "Give me some of that dumpling. I can taste something's in here." And then they bring him out of. He gets stabbed. They take him out of a box and they bang the hell out of him. They take his soul out of him.
It's. Yeah. It's.
Ask and you shall receive, and he received a little too much.
Yeah, that's exactly kind of the point of. Well, it gets wild. Oh, by the way, there's that bathtub sex scene as well.
That was fucking crazy.
It's great. It's shot so well as well.
They're like in a fucking aquarium. It's like a Harry Potter floor up in this.
Elvis Troy ends up meeting Amy Yip, who's the guy who's Lawrence Ng's wife, and who's been writing the letters, if you know what I mean. And she's having a bath, and he just jumps in the bath with her. Again, a bit grapey, definitely a bit grapey, but it turns erotic.
Yeah.
And the way they shoot it, this bath is the size of Idaho. It's a big old bath.
Mhm.
And also, Elvis Troy, give him credit, he can hold his breath for a while.
Yeah, that's all I was thinking about.
Yeah, he's under there like fucking Tom Cruise.
That's right.
He's so they make sweet love, and you get that's quite explicit. Moments you're just like, oh, did I see something that I shouldn't have there? It's quite explicit.
They are very good about that, though. There was not an inch.
No.
At one time, I thought I might have seen Uranus, but I was mistaken.
No. Did you rewind to check though?
Nah, yeah, I did.
Then we go back to Lawrence Ng, and he is being sexually tortured.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Hey, I didn't understand. Who's doing that to him? Who are they?
I don't really know either.
They're just a group of women, naked women,
Group of whores, yeah.
who just take him and just punish him for being promiscuous, lascivious, even.
Lascivious?
That too.
They mentioned something about that area,
Oh, I missed it.
and I think I just went, I don't care.
Oh yeah, I probably missed it. So it's a group of women that essentially kidnap him and then torture him, and they torture him in
Yeah, whips,
whips, chains around his
nose.
nose.
That one?
Yes. The tongue machine.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Grow up.
What the shit is that?
He's loving it.
He's not loving it. He's like, "Ugh."
Yeah, kind of. So basically, I don't mean this in the sexual sense, although it is sexual. They suck out his soul.
Yeah, they bang him. They
bang him
they
so
bang
much.
the health out of him.
Yeah, exactly. He just becomes this withered old man, which is loopy.
He's blind now. That's cool.
Yeah, he's an absolute mess. He's blind. Where
can I sign up?
Yeah, oof.
That was a whole lot of ladies.
Yeah, all inclusive holiday, baby. Oh yes, and I forgot they make him have sex with a horse.
Right.
Didn't care for that.
Didn't care for that one bit.
No.
And it was a male horse because it was the horse that lost his pee-pee.
And they say that in order to get revenge, that he has to.
And a male horse only has one way in, one way out.
That's right. And yes, it's
not good.
It's not good.
Didn't care for it.
Yeah. So I'm on my last note here. So basically what happens is he is blind and he goes
I gotta go see my wife.
Yes.
Wait.
He goes to the Hua house and his wife's there.
Why does he go? Oh, for healing.
For healing.
He needs to be
sexual healing.
Sexual healing. Okay.
So he goes to the Hua house and he meets a lady and he has intercourse with the lady, and then he goes, "Egads, it's only my wife," and then that breaks his brain.
He goes, "I know those titties from before."
Yep. He gets very upset and then he fucks off to a temple. And the whole point of the film is a monk at the end of the temple goes, "Told you so. Sex really bad. Don't do sex."
Yeah, sex is bad.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the film. The film that has so much sex in it at the end goes, "Yeah, sex is bad. Don't do that. Don't do that." It's
Yeah.
quite bonkers.
I could go into a bit of detail, but that's it. Karma.
Yeah.
Karma.
Yeah.
He bangs the guy's wife. The guy bangs his wife. Baby, abortion. He's at the house with the wife.
Yep. Yep.
Their marriage doesn't work out.
It's basically, if you're gonna be promiscuous, then it'll come back on you tenfold. That's all it is, really. So it's got a moral to it, you know. So it's good for kids. It's good for kids. I'm only kidding. I got to assert that I'm only kidding. Yeah, it's honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it's a great film. I have a lot of fun with Sex and Zen. I've watched it twice in the last 6 months, and I've just bought it on Blu-ray.
It's fun.
In fact, I'll go even further. I bought it on Blu-ray a good few months ago, and then I've just bought it again on Blu-ray. I've pre-ordered the new special edition that's coming out. It's going to be all shiny and nice and have lots of interesting commentaries and stuff. Also, I'm really excited about listening to a commentary track for this film because I think this film has so many jokes that are lost in translation. I think it's one of those films. I think there's a lot that's lost in translation in this film. Yeah. But it's a good time, and I'm glad you actually enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You enjoyed
Change
the
of
film
pace.
for the podcast. It definitely is a change of pace. I'd like to do more cat-free films, but we have to do it when it's just us.
Yes.
I don't think Devan will ever like any
I won't
cat-free
let her
film.
watch those.
No.
Shoot.
Just see the end credits, recommended by Penthouse.
You're damn right I did. Hilarious.
Really funny. Go on.
Yeah, so we're set in that time period we're familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
But not only is it not a kung fu movie, it's not all the tropes of a kung fu movie. My master, this. My kung fu is better than yours. I went over here, I accidentally killed your guy. Your guy comes over to my place, kills my guy. Big war.
Yeah.
It's just the setting, which is cool.
Yeah, it's a very fun film, very enjoyable. If you don't mind sex comedies that are quite outlandish and have some kind of crazy aspects to them, then this one's well worth a watch.
You know what? This might be a good idea. Watch it with someone.
We're gonna
for support.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
Hold that thought. We're gonna dive into listener questions.
Okay.
Joey Min.
Yep.
If you don't know Joey, he's the mastermind behind Art School Dropouts that we love here. He's great. We were chatting to him on Friday.
That's right.
Yeah. He says, does this mean you'll review a Chinese torture chamber story with the kung fu sex scene, that mid-air fucking, spinning pile driver, fire jizz shit?
Put it on the list.
Do you know what? I think Cyrus would really enjoy a Chinese torture chamber story. I know it sounds horrible because it's a torture chamber. It's bizarre. It's more comedic.
Okay.
But it does have the infamous sex scene where it's a kung fu sex scene. You've probably seen it. It like made the rounds on the internet about 20 years ago.
Okay.
I watched it recently. It's a good time.
Nice.
But we'll have to wait for Devan to kind of just say, "Hey, you guys do an episode this week." But yes, Joey, I would certainly do that film if it was just me and Cyrus again. By the way, just to say, I had the idea of actually having a cat-free podcast, specifically a cat-free podcast, where and the idea was to have me and 2 other people do the podcast, and it was going to be called the Cat Threesome. That was my idea, a podcast called the Cat Threesome, and then we review cat-free films together. The only problem there is it's you're going to run out of material after a while because some of the cat-free films might be harder to find. Because they're not getting Blu-ray releases, but I think it could be fun to have a podcast. But we'll see.
That's a wealth of things to talk about.
Yes, absolutely. Joey also asks, what do you think would be a weird configuration of positions for sexual interaction?
Okay.
I'm not sure I even understand the question.
You mean like positions like 1, 2, 3, 4, and how to get there?
I don't know.
Because they did everything.
Oh yeah, they were chopping and changing all over the place. A weird configuration of sexual positions, or does he mean a single sexual position that's just a weird bodily configuration?
Interesting.
Which, by the way, I'm just going to throw this one out there. I don't know if you do you remember when there was videos of planking,
Yeah.
sexual planking going around.
No.
All right, so it can't be.
Okay.
I can't say. So the woman was.
Okay.
Oh, I can't do
Bottom
that.
or top?
She was bottom, but she was
Face up, face down.
face down. Okay, let's do this. Face down, ass up.
That's that way I like to.
And the man was planking on her butt,
Okay.
straight as an arrow,
Uh-huh.
and just wouldn't move. But if you got his feet and just tapped them, he'd literally spin.
Okay.
That doesn't happen, but if you could do it. And I never understood sexual planking. It was very weird, but it was a thing.
I believe that's called the Superman.
Oh, is it? Oh,
My sources tell me.
there's also another. Oh, we can't get into this.
No, probably not.
You've asked it.
Can we talk in code, or is it? There's no way.
No, I've got a very specific one in mind, and any sexual position where the man has to point his schwanz
Yeah.
in the wrong direction.
Don't like it.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You get it?
Yes.
That should be illegal.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like that either.
How do they do that?
I don't know.
Ow.
It's a talent.
Oh,
Yeah, no good. No good.
that was safe.
Yeah, sorry, Joe. We can't go into too much detail
this
because
is a wild one, dude.
yeah, I know. I don't have to edit anything. We're safe. We're safe.
Mm.
Martial arts film freak. God bless him. He just asked a very polite question. He says, "Sock, sock, shoe, shoe, or sock, shoe, shoe? Which one is the crazy person?"
Sock, sock, shoe, shoe. What?
Sock, sock, shoe, shoe, or sock, shoe, shoe?
I don't even understand what that means.
Okay, so when you get dressed,
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
are you putting sock on, shoe on,
Okay,
or are you going sock, shoe, shoe?
sorry, turning this off. They're cowling me.
Disgusting.
Always sock, sock, shoe, shoe.
Always sock, shoe, shoe.
Always sock, sock,
If you're
shoe,
doing
shoe.
sock, shoe, seek help.
Seek some help.
Thank you, Michael. It's absolutely mental. Anyone that does sock, shoe is crazy. You know
Took
what
me
I
a second to get what you said.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to do that.
Oh, really?
Get some help. I wasn't trying to do that.
Okay. Do you know why?
That's wild. However, I'm being weird with the way I put on clothes recently.
No, I don't like that.
It's not that weird.
Go on.
This is how you wake up in the morning, right?
Yeah, I do occasionally.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter. Maybe if the t-shirt's closer, you put that on.
Yeah.
If the pants are closer, you put that on, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing weird combos. Like today, I just sat down with no shirt on. My shirt's over there.
Okay. Okay.
I don't really know where I'm going with this.
Do you have a Winnie the Pooh about the house?
No, always bucket nakeds.
Okay.
Always
You
buckets.
know what? I read something really funny on the internet. I think I'm going to butcher it, but it said being naked and wearing socks and shoes feels more naked than just being naked.
I completely believe that.
If you're naked but wearing socks and shoes, the sensation is truly bizarre.
You know, let's say you're a high school kid and you have a pretty severe case of acne.
Okay.
It's everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But it's not as apparent as one giant
I got you.
thing.
Got you.
So when you're completely naked, but you have shoes on, it just makes the other part of you feel more naked.
Plus,
What the hell am I saying?
no, it makes it. But also, socks and shoes imply I'm going out somewhere. But the rest of you, it's fully nude.
Yeah.
So your brain goes, wait. Something's wrong here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You come into someone's house, what do? You take your socks and shoes off.
That's right. Shoes off.
True.
I got my socks off. I would never take my socks off in your apartment.
Yeah.
That'd be weird. Have you ever laid with a woman but kept your socks on?
Not probably.
Really?
Oh,
The socks come on.
don't-
That was the weirdest noise.
Oh,
Have you ever heard
I don't know. Didn't really think about
No,
it.
you don't think about that.
You know what I did here? This
Mm.
is for the ladies.
Oh.
For the ladies.
Oh, men, turn off.
Well, men can listen because who knows? Maybe ladies already know.
Okay.
If a lady puts socks on when they're making some sweet,
Yeah.
they tend to be more relaxed. and then when they're more relaxed, they tend to 4th of July easier or more often.
So
I heard that.
if a woman wears socks in bed, she's more relaxed.
Apparently.
Really? Oh, I wouldn't have thought
Try
that.
it out, guys. Let me know.
Let me know. Let us know in the comments. We got a question by this person has the weirdest name.
Hey, new person.
A person called Devan.
Who?
I don't know. It must be a new listener. A person called Devan messages and says, "That's a very strange question. First question is, do you guys miss me when I'm not there?"
Who is this?
I don't know. Obviously we don't, because we have fun talking about sex and zen. Do we miss you? We definitely miss your technical prowess and probably your ability to go, guys, you've been going too long.
We didn't get a Dalton.
We didn't get a Dalton. So yeah, I think we miss you a little bit, and I think Devon has a very specific way of looking at films, and she comes out with some humdingers every now and again.
Mhm.
So definitely, but we know that we could never watch this film.
That's true.
Yeah, so it swings and roundabouts. Just another question.
There you go.
If you could go back in time and redo your life, what would you go back to?
That's an incredible one.
It's a good question.
I have a very deep answer, but so I won't say that one.
Oh no.
It's kind of personal, I guess.
Oh no.
Hmm.
There's so much shit that I wouldn't do. But you've also got to consider, if I did not do that, would I still be where I was? One I particularly don't care for is my first relationship when I came to America. I was in a very terrible relationship and it went very wrong and it was awful and it fucked me up mentally and it was kind of fucked me up for life. And but if I didn't have that relationship, I never would have moved to America and I never would have met Devon and I never would have become an American police officer.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know why I said that. I'm not an American police. I can't be a police officer because I'm a foreigner. They don't let you.
Really?
Yeah.
Even if you're a citizen?
I'm not a citizen. If you are a citizen, then yes, but I'm not a citizen.
Well, friggin' Arnold Schwarzenegger was governor, so you can probably do some
No,
stuff.
if you're a citizen, you can do anything. You can like join the army. You can, yeah, but I am not. I'm a permanent resident. Although next year, thinking I'm becoming a dual citizen.
All right. If you
Yeah.
need any help on that test,
Thank
let
you.
me know.
I'm gonna have to.
Abraham Lincoln,
Yes. First president of
first
the United
president.
States.
Cherry trees.
Cherry trees. Yes.
Second president.
Yes. Mr. Cherry Trees. Yes. Yes.
What else? America. Mount Rushmore's.
Yes. 4 heads.
Oh, better than one.
4 heads. George Bush.
George Foreman.
George Foreman. George Clooney.
Roosevelt.
Yes.
One of the Roosevelts. We have 2 of them.
Yes. Ruth Gator Ginsburg.
Ruth Gator Gins.
Yeah.
Ruth Gator Ginsburg. If she was overweight, she'd give you Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. John Adams?
Sounds good.
What did he do?
Samuel Adams.
Beer. Didn't John Adams do something?
John Adams.
Or was that a Green Lantern?
Huh? John Adams is real.
Oh, what did he do?
He was important.
Okay.
Something about Virginia.
Okay.
Or wait. Who had like a duel with somebody?
No, that was Hamilton.
Alexander Hamilton.
Yes. Who planted all the apple trees?
Nancy Kerrigan. Who's that?
Nancy Kerrigan?
Oh, that's the ice skater, right?
Oh, maybe.
I just lost my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Johnny Appleseed put the apples in.
Well, what was his actual name then?
I don't fucking know.
Ronald Reagan?
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan. Yes. We
Nancy
know our.
Kerrigan.
I think we know our
What the
American history. Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln. Cherry trees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. First president. Barack Obama. Yeah. No, I'll need help, obviously.
I mean, it's probably really easy.
There's 50 states?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Damn. 50. Bang.
The American flag is called the Stars and Stripes.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's called the Star Spangled Banner.
Yes.
The flag is called that.
That's right. Yes. That's right. I know a lot of stuff. The capital of America is Hawaii.
Yeah. The capital of America.
Capital of America.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. and stuff. Why do they call Canada North America? It's its own thing, Canada.
Yeah, it's the
really
continent.
North America.
It's the continent.
I guess.
North America.
Yeah.
South America.
I don't
Australia.
think that's fair, though.
Why you want them to get out of here?
Yeah, get rid of them. Yeah.
They're getting all the good stuff from us.
Canada?
What is Canada giving us?
Maple syrup?
And
Moose?
and French fries with gravy on them.
Yes, poutine.
Not from Russia.
No, not Vladimir Putin. No.
That's kind of, there's something there.
Yeah, Vladimir Putin. Yeah.
Mhm.
I also think poutine is a good word for we're gonna get into that in a minute.
Oh,
Hold on.
poutine tang.
Yeah. What was the question? What you're doing in your life?
So, changing.
Yes. I would. The problem is I can't change that one. I would probably change. I have to word this correctly. I would probably change some of my attitudes towards alcohol. I think that ended up causing a lot of problems in my life. Almost 7 years sober, baby.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't great. And I'd also probably go back to.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Another time. But
yeah, I know. We don't want to get. We go. I tell you what. Let's do a light-hearted one. About 3 years ago, I replaced my cock with the horse's cock. And I'd go back and no. Yeah. Kind of. I would do things for my mum. I mean, it's kind of a difficult question that she asked because most of the things I'd change are bad things, and to be honest, there's been some bad things in my life that are kind of fucked up. And I'd obviously go back and change those things. I'd help my mum a lot more when I was a kid. My brother was not the greatest brother, and I would help my mum with my brother, which I didn't do. And yeah, just loads of crazy stuff. I would not have got my nipple pierced. That's a funny one.
yeah.
I would not have got my nipple pierced. I don't have my nipple pierced now.
Was anyone a fan?
Of my nipple piercing? Oh, no. Me?
Okay.
I kept it in for too long.
Yeah.
Kept it in for about 2 years.
Oh,
Not
wild.
good. Not good. Yeah, I lost. I didn't even lose a bet. Well, I kind of lost a bet. My friend, we were going to go on vacation to Greece, and he goes, "I'm going to dye my hair. I'm going to bleach my hair." He said. Eminem was hot at the time. He said, "I'm going to bleach my hair." And my other friend said, who was a blonde, said, "If you bleach your hair, which I definitely don't think you're going to do, I'm going to dye my hair brown, like dark brown." I could have gone, "I'll tell you what, I'll dye my hair black if you do that." I went, "If you two dye your hair, I'll get my nipple pierced." And they dyed their hair.
Well, that's not a bad one because, boop, now it's not pierced.
Yes. So I had a few drinky winks, and I headed to a piercing place. By the way,
A couple of Bader Ginsburgs.
that's right. You're not meant to pierce someone who's intoxicated. They did not check.
Or tattoo.
Or tattoo. Yep. I booked my first tattoo ever when I was very drunk. The fact they let me book it is crazy.
Are you leaking?
I could barely speak. I booked it.
No, I mean, like, they say that because, one, maybe you don't actually want a tattoo, and two, you bleed like crazy.
Oh yeah,
Your blood's thin.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it just
luckily I booked it, but the tattoo was 2 weeks away, so I wasn't drunk when I attended. But I was drunk when I got my nipple pierced. Again, I have a drinking problem, or I did, 7 years sober, and I got my nip pierced, and to be honest, I thought it was fucking great. I thought it was great, and that wore off after about 2 years when people started going, "You're a grown man. You shouldn't have a nipple piercing." And yeah, rest in peace. Rest in peace, my nip. It's never been the same.
Really?
It's a bit malformed.
Hmm.
Yeah, my nipple's a bit strange. I'm never going to show anyone, but
Does it cause you grief?
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. But it's a bit of an oddity. Yeah.
Hey, it's unique.
It belongs in Lipley's but oh fuck! I messed up the joke.
You got it.
Ah, Lipley's, believe it or not, it was meant to be.
River
Yeah, most of the things are probably dark, right?
Yeah, I can do some pretty simple ones.
Yeah,
Everyone
go on.
has things they like to change in their
Of
past.
course.
Here's a simple one. Makes perfect sense. I was in the gymnasium. I did one repetition, and it my back up till this day. My back hurts all the time.
Yeah.
If I didn't do that one 3-second movement, I would have spared myself so much discomfort.
That's a good one. That's a good.
I think about that.
I bet you do. Yeah.
Just
Yeah, your back is like made of cornflakes now.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, another one. It's a little sad, but
Mm.
it's not so bad. One thing I wish I did when I was younger is I was always very outgoing and opinionated, and I was like I was a joker.
Yeah.
I was a class clown, etc. And that just died because I got so self conscious about everything. I just want people to like me so much, so
Oh.
I just got quieter, and I like started to mirror them a little bit
Yeah.
to fit in.
You're appropriating.
Sure, in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I wish I didn't do that. So I would have kept myself going, and maybe I could have like explored acting or comedy. If I had some cojones, if I had ballsinis, I would have done stand-up
Oh,
comedy.
you lost it.
I lost it. I was thinking,
Mhm.
this is kind of
Similar.
it's kind of similar.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's just none of the shit. Well, we would never write this stuff. The stuff we come up with.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oof.
Wild.
It's garbage.
Yeah, dude.
I would definitely go back and like tell myself at a young age, like, oh, don't have a crush on her. Like, no, you need to. Or it's redoing your life. I would try not to have a crush on certain girls because there was a girl when I was young. She broke my heart, and like she was my first ever crush, and she ended up dating my best friend, and it absolutely, I kid you not, it absolutely broke my heart. And if I had a chance to redo that, I'd be like, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I want to say the rest, but that's not
Oh
good.
no, we don't say that bit.
You know what I would have done? I liked this girl when I was growing up. Her name was Julia.
Mhm.
She was an expert violinist.
Julia Gulia?
That's right.
Okay.
First chair.
Mhm.
Big deal.
First chair.
Her brother, expert drummer as well. Oh my god, I almost said something so bad. Okay, these folks are just musicians at heart.
Okay.
A big time crush on her. I
Mhm.
told my friend. He's like, oh. And then like a few days later, he's like, yeah, I really like her. I'm like, what did you?
Oh, fuck that guy.
So what I would have changed is I would have just killed him.
Yes.
I wouldn't have changed anything
It's the only
else.
choice.
I would have just killed him.
Yeah. Devon, she asked a bunch of questions.
Hmm.
Simple one. Taco or burrito?
Fuck, that's a good one.
I
Oh,
have to say, I'm a burrito man through and through.
yeah.
I'm a burrito boy.
Mm.
A taco, I'll live with tacos. If you give me a plate of tacos, I'll be like, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. I will eat these. Give me a burrito, I'll
You know
give you
what?
$5.
I'm sorry I hesitated. I'm a taco man.
Disgusting.
Mm.
Never
That's
eat,
one food I.
never eat a taco in my life.
That's one food I have another stomach for.
Yeah.
What I do, like when I want to treat myself or when I want to actually cook, it's
Yeah.
not fucking cooking. You chuck ground beef in a pot. I'll make a taco thing.
Mm-hmm.
Pound of beef. Do all the stuff, the water, the spices. I got my taco shells. I'll house them.
Hard or
Absolutely.
soft? Hard tacos? You disgust me.
I'll gorge, and then I'll get all like the taco shavings in a bowl,
Yes.
and I'll just keep
Yeah.
throwing meat and cracking the chips in.
So you're disgusting, basically.
Absolutely.
Yep. No, burrito. Give me like a burrito just slathered in like sauce with a side of refried beans.
Oh fuck. Yes.
Don't give me black beans. There's one thing I don't like. It's black beans. But I'll eat your black beans, but give me refried beans.
You know, we went to the restaurant the other day. The guy's like, "Oh, do you want rice and beans?" I'm like, "Do you want to live?"
Who do you think you are?
Who the hell?
I'm in a Mexican restaurant. Of course, I want rice and beans.
Fucking beans. You want chips?
You want me to pay for this meal?
Yeah.
God damn.
You want
yeah.
sour cream?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Food was shite as well.
Yeah.
It was awful. It was the worst Mexican I've ever had. I genuinely did not like any of it.
It was kind of like schlop.
Oh, it was slop. You're absolutely right.
I didn't even get the right thing. What was up with that order?
I think I got your order and you
Yeah.
got mine.
I wanted 3 of those rolls.
They were shite. They were proper shite.
Okay.
Yeah, they were ghastly, wretched. They were. Yeah, fuck that place. Last one from Devon. What do you two talk about when I'm not there?
Oh, nonsense. You know what? If we're being
Absolute
real, if we're being
gobbledygook.
honest here, we always say nonsense, filth, blah, 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 blah. And sure, that's there.
Yeah.
But the majority of it's like pretty interesting shit, I think.
Yeah.
Thoughts, observations,
Oh yeah,
big picture thoughts.
it's what we talk about is a complete range. It's sometimes it's like observations with like interesting discussions about the world and how we see the world and maybe things in our life and discuss. And then sometimes it's just a series of outlandish jokes about one particular subject, and sometimes it's stories from our childhood. By the way, I will say this: we've told each other the same stories 19 times, and yet we switch up the way we tell a story each time, so we keep on telling them because it's interesting.
I hate retelling stories because I hate having a captive that's forced to listen to me regurgitate planned shit. However, it doesn't seem to bother this guy,
Doesn't.
and I try to mix it up.
You're a good.
Doesn't bother me.
Exactly. You're a good storyteller. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's. And we're also like on the same wavelength, he and I, with like laughing and stuff.
And our sense of humor is pretty much. We understand when we're joking 99.9% of the time.
Yeah. It's very easy, but we run the gamut of conversation. I think. I know Devan thinks we just talk about like
No, it's good stuff.
penis jokes. It is good.
Some of it's good stuff.
Yeah. Comic handlings. I think we've answered your questions. Oh, you asked what Devan would think about the film. We've answered that. This one's a good one. It could be a simple answer, but it goes off what you said earlier. Comic handlings asks, would it have been awkward if you would have watched the film together?
All three of us?
No, just me and you.
I don't think not awkward. There's no like real nudity, just boobs.
I don't think it would be awkward. I don't think so. I think I can watch something like this with Cyrus. I don't think it'd be weird.
No, it wouldn't be weirder than watching it by yourself.
No, I don't think so. I think it's pretty easy.
And you have like support. You could be like, "Is this as bad as I think it is?"
Exactly. And you can, I think you and I would laugh at the same bits at the same time.
And then we would predict things that would inevitably happen.
Yeah.
That flute.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We had a home.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're good. I think we would have been fine. Watching it with Devan would have been a nightmare. Yeah. That's just me saying that. If I would have watched it with Devan, it would have been a nightmare.
It's like watching a sexy movie with your parents.
Yeah.
No one wins.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I think so. What is weird? I guess watching like a porno with your friend, like a proper porno, that would be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no denying that one.
No. You ever watched it with a lady? You ever sat down and just watched some pornography with a girl? Mama,
Yes.
to declare.
Yes.
You have? Okay.
And guess what?
Didn't go well.
It's not as good as the real thing. It's as simple as that. You're like, hey, this is kind of neat. And then I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah, you've got one and I've got one.
We've got the parts.
Yeah. Let's yeah. Okay. Alpha Rookie
Hell yeah.
asks, okay, first, he says, first. I don't know if I can say that bit.
Title this episode, I don't think I can say that.
He says, thank you for providing me with Sex and Zen and for picking the movie for the pod.
Bingo.
This movie was
we got jokes on it.
This movie was bonkers, but also so much fun. Second, question for the podcast. Have you seen any of the sequels? Are they worth watching? What other crazy Cat 3 movies would you recommend for non-horror fans? More just goofy and funny, like a Chinese torture chamber story with the flying through the air sex scene.
God damn, people know this.
Everyone knows it. Sex and Zen 2 is very enjoyable. Let's see what I gave him on Letterboxd. I usually rate all my films, so I should be able to tell you what I gave Sex and Zen. So let's see. Sex and Zen. So I gave Sex and Zen 3.5 stars, the first one. Sex and Zen 2, I gave 3.5 stars. So it's as good as the first one. And then the third one, I gave 3 stars. So they're all pretty solid. The good thing about the second one, if I can get a bit saucy for a second, it's got Shu-Chi in it, and Shu-Chi is a beautiful woman, and she is much more attractive than any of the women in the first film. Who, by the way, I don't think are that attractive. Just saying that.
Interesting.
So yeah, she's gorgeous. And yeah, they're fun. They're fun films. They're wild. They're interesting. Yeah, I would recommend them. I'd recommend. As for crazy cat-free films, I'll be honest with you, I haven't delved into many of the like sexual ones. I've usually leaned more towards the crazy ones, like the crazy horror ones, the violent ones. Then you've got films like Ebola Syndrome, which kind of like walk that line between very wacky, bizarre comedy stuff and then extreme offensiveness. I do not recommend watching Ebola Syndrome if you don't like have a strong stomach for upsetting things. It's a very, very, very offensive film, but it's not violent and it's not horror. But yeah, you'll get it if you see it. It's very non-PC. So if you don't mind non-PC stuff, there's very little actual sex in it. Well, there's some sex in it, but nothing explicit. But it's a very, very wrong film. We would never do that one for the podcast. I've never seen like Graped by an Angel and that series. I know there's like 12 of them or some shit. Never seen that series. A Chinese torture chamber story is wonderful. I love that one. To be honest, I'd love to see more of the sexy ones. As long as they're funny. Like if they're just straight up pornos, that bores me. But if they're funny and wild and silly, I would happily watch more. If anyone has any recommendations for like daft cat-free sex comedies, let me know. I'd love to see more. But yeah, seek them out. If you're not a horror fan, I know it's hard because a lot of them are wild and very, very gory and yeah, but it's a very interesting genre.
You know who I think is the most beautiful woman in this movie?
Yeah, go on.
That heavy-set gal who's just munching on bananas.
Of course. The phrase heavy set gal really set me off there. Heavy set gal. That's a good one. I think he asked one more question. Third question. Oh, question for the Jesus. Question for the Angel Terminators episode. That didn't get read. I'm so sorry. We kind of whizzed through it. Is there a Girls with Guns movie that qualifies as bullet ballet? Like the artistic gun fu battles a la Johnny Toes Exiled or Johnny Toes PTU or Johnny Toes The Mission.
Johnny Toes is great.
He really does. I know, it sounds like a gangster. We call him Johnny Toes.
Johnny
he has
Toes.
toes on one foot.
That's right.
Yeah. He really does good bullet ballet, less hard-boiled crazy shooting, and more intimate, maybe John Wick 1 style. No. That's the answer to that. No. Girls with Guns films do not go the artistic route at all. They are low budget, mostly martial arts kind of gunplay films. Angel Terminators 2 has an amazing kind of gun heavy finale, but no, we're not talking about artistic gun battles here. We're talking about just straight up gunplay, more like hard boiled than anything else. I don't think you're gonna find like an artistic Girls with Guns film.
Wasn't Hard Boiled kind of artsy, like at points when they're in a church?
Yeah, that's the killer, and that's definitely artsy. Yeah, lots of slow motion. You get the the prerequisite dubs. But yes, I think John Woo can pull off artistic style, but Girls with Guns, honestly, I think you're looking in the wrong direction. It's not going to give you many classy artistic scenes, I'm afraid. But yeah. Also, what would Cyrus do if he had a giant monster horse dick? Who says he hasn't?
Interesting that question's for me. I get the good ones.
How long are we going? Oh, we're
If I
gonna
have a big old pee-pee?
Yeah,
What would I do with it?
yeah.
Oh,
I read online the other day, like there was this thread on Twitter with ladies going, "We don't want big ones. We want average ones. We don't put your giant ones away."
in the pornos,
Yes.
these guys are heavy structure, and they're moving these 2x4s around, and only half of it's getting any work. It just seems
Rest is hanging
unnecessary.
out to dry. Oh, god damn it!
Yeah, it just seems I don't know, superfluous.
Yeah. I'm not entirely convinced that the standard lady wants a 12-incher.
Yeah, $5 foot long.
Yeah, exactly. You seen the Subway have a foot long cookie now?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's mental.
And it's shaped like a bun.
Like a Subway sandwich.
You know they got sued because their sandwiches aren't actually 12 inches.
That's really funny. Yeah, I don't know. Here's a question for you. If you were packing heat, would you go into that particular business?
No way.
No, I mean Subway.
Yeah, I go in naked.
You wouldn't go into the pornog?
I'd say one $5 footlong for my $5 footlong.
That's right.
I couldn't think of anything worse.
No, neither could I. Neither could I.
Couldn't think of anything
yeah.
worse.
It's such a world that I don't want to be a part of.
It's everything I'm not okay with.
Yeah.
Smanging a stranger.
Wrong.
Sex and Zen told us don't do it.
Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, performing. Yes, exactly. It's not it's not. You're not having sex with a woman. It is start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. Switch this, hang this, do that. What hang this was?
No, it ruins it.
Yeah.
No romance.
Yeah,
so
and then
fake.
you've got to on command. You got to on command. They go.
And I don't like where it goes. Okay,
Excuse?
I don't like where that secretion ends up. It's rude.
It ends up on many places. Oh, sorry. I know where you're. Oh, yeah. We can't talk about that.
Not good.
There's a particular.
When you glaze a donut,
Yes.
don't do it.
Yes. Yes.
Not fun.
Yeah.
Rude.
Yes. Although no. Yes, you're right. Yes. I was going to talk about the ladies.
Save it for Krispy Kreme.
Yes. Yeah. No. Don't do that.
I wonder how people actually do that in real life and go, well, that was great. Same time next week?
Do you know what? You're absolutely right. Because, oh my God, can we get into this conversation?
Maybe we should wrap it up.
What? Post that, she's just.
I've thought about this many times.
Right, okay,
You ready?
Okay, yes.
I won't get gross with it.
Okay,
but
don't get gross with it.
you are with your partner. You love each other.
Yes.
You respect each other.
Yes.
You want to try something, you'll bashfully bring it up. If she's really okay with it, maybe you'll try it.
Yes.
Bashfully.
Are you sure you're okay with this?
Yeah. Please let me know. I want
Let me
you to
know.
be.
Consent
Yeah.
is needed.
Right.
Then you give her a thumbs up.
Right. She pops a grape in your mouth.
That's right. And then you give her a thumb up.
At the end of the day, you're just like grabbing something and smearing it in her face.
Oh,
Awful. How mean is that?
you said you weren't going to be crass. That's
Maybe
quite,
cut that.
that's quite an image. Oh,
Yeah.
but you are right.
Rude.
You are right.
Rude.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people out there like that, but I'm not a fan. It's just rude.
I crossed the line.
Rude. Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway, I think we have one more question, thankfully.
Also name the patrons.
Yes. Oh, Rama ends with a fun one, actually. What are your favorite alternate names for the Bobs and Vagine?
Oh, great.
This one's a fun one because we can get silly with it.
I like Pacino.
Pacino is a very good one. I do use Vagine. I do like using that one. But also, I'm a chuff man. I've said chuff a few times.
Interesting.
I will admit,
Chuffed.
I don't like to say this, but I do use it. I do use clunge as a funny one.
Minge.
Yes, minge and clunge are very fun. They're interchangeable. Not when you're being crass. Not when they're
Only as a.
Yeah.
I'm making fun of myself for saying this.
Yes. Or like when you're like, oh, she got hoofed up the clunge. That's funny, right? Because you're saying hoofed, and then you're capping it off with clunge. It's funny. Muff is the gentlest, easy one.
I'm not a fan. I'm a fan.
No,
Too much.
Do you prefer chuff to muff?
Yeah, because chuff sounds
Chuff
like.
has got the hard ch, so it's funny.
Chuff doesn't sound sexual to me at all.
No, chuff. Chuff is a good one. Yeah. Muff I'll use. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just do sounds.
Yeah, like yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
she
good.
touched my.
Yeah, she was up the boop. Yeah.
Oh, I got a perfect one. This is real, and I actually used it.
Okay.
It came about just naturally.
Yeah.
I didn't read about it or hear it. When you refer to a woman's rear end,
Yeah.
we call it the bing bong.
Take
that one and write it down.
Bing bong doesn't work for me. No, I don't know why. Yeah, I think that crosses the line of like.
Well, I wouldn't be like in the zone and be like,
let me slap your bing bong. Yeah,
no,
no.
it's not so much the hiney; it's more of the area of interest.
Okay, the bing bong. See, I know, I don't like that. I just don't refer to that area at all. I don't mention it. That's no. Yeah, no. Yeah, sound effects. Sound effects are fun. They're funny.
Ding dong, ding-a-ling. That one's rough.
Dingling's
Wiener, of
horrible.
course.
I don't like pee.
I
I know you use it as comedy, like it's
Yeah,
funny. I don't care for pee, even in a funny thing. But I think pee is an American thing. British people don't use it.
nobody uses it.
No,
Let's
true,
be honest.
true. Wiener's still funny.
Dong, Wang, thumbs
Yeah,
up.
actually, he didn't ask for penis. He just asked for vagina and boobs.
Oh, I thought it was PP and
No,
Vaginos.
no.
Oh,
Okay, we can say titties, but we have to say it in a very particular way. We say titties.
that's right.
If you don't understand that reference, watch the Players Club. Don't watch the Players Club.
Watch Google dollar bill players club. Maybe throw strip in there. You will be delated.
It's Bernie.
Did it!
It's Bernie Mac
Ass.
doing that,
Free.
and it's amazing.
I've watched it upwards of 100 times.
Yeah, 100 times. Yeah. Yes. It's just, and it's how we say it now.
Wouldn't that be incredible if I redid that scene as Bernie Mac?
Yes.
That would be a lot of fun.
We'll put it on Patreon.
Oh my god. I just need to get a green suit.
Oh, it's good stuff. Yeah. Titties is a good one. I think you can say anything. Like boobs is a lot easier one because boobs are quite playful. Breastises. You can even go like, "Oh, look at those bambinos." You can say something like that. I won't say like melons. That's horrible.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah, melons are. Yeah. I do actually like. Funny enough, Rami used one that I actually like to use. He took one of the O's out and just used bobs. I actually use bobs quite a few times. I've said to Devan, I've even taken bobs and I've extended it, and I call them bobbits.
Okay,
Yeah.
you like that one.
It's funny. It makes me laugh.
Bobbits?
Yeah, bobbits make me laugh. I don't know why I use it really. I don't know because it reminds me of hobbits for some reason.
Okay.
And bobbits just works for me.
Babylons?
Babylonians.
Babylonians?
Yeah, Babylons are great.
Bam Bam Bigelows?
Yeah, well, that's now you're going on to the right line. Any word that kind of begins with
Oh,
B.
here's the thing. I kind of just go nuts, so it's hard for me to come up with one that you should actually use.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can literally say, "Look at her, Brutus the Barber Beefcakes," and actually that might be something else. But Brutus the Barber Beefcakes is funny. Yeah, I don't know. I think the language regarding like
If you refer to her downstairs, you call it a careless whisper.
yeah, see,
That's pretty good.
that is good. Stuff like that's very very funny to me. It's just like I don't like the same old words over and over and over. It's just horrible, and I also don't like the aggressive words.
That's why I literally don't use American English
Yeah.
when I'm speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I make sounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lots of chewy.
Yeah. If like just throw in anything, just find a word that would be funny to describe that part and use that. That's it. If you look at betwixt her legs and go, "You got a good-looking Macaulay
just-
Culkin."
That's right.
It's funny.
Betwixt alone.
Oh, betwixt is great. Let me just get betwixt your thighs. It's funny. It's funny. Yeah, just find a funny celebrity's name and just do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Everyone
funny.
wins.
Of course. Anyway, should we wrap it up? We've gone long.
I guess so. I'm hot as hell.
Are you?
I'm stewing.
Oh, you got a bit of moisture on your forehead.
Yeah.
I've been sitting in
Oily
a weird
boy.
position.
Well, that was wild.
That was a wild episode. I hope YouTube allows us to upload this, but I'm sure they will. I mean, there's people on the stand-up comedy on YouTube, which
That's
is
is
far
true.
worse than we say. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I know this is a little off the beaten path,
Yeah.
and more on the beaten meat.
All right. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I know this is a bit different, but the only reason why we did this film, of course, is because Devan's not here. We thought we'd do a little something a bit spicier and a bit funnier because me and Cyrus obviously have the ability to talk about something like this, whereas Devan would not be up for it. This obviously won't happen often because usually it's the three of us together. So yeah, don't expect like lots of cat-free films in the future. It's just maybe when me and Cyrus are alone again to do an episode, maybe.
Whenever the boys are back in.
Yeah, maybe you can expect a cat-free film.
When the ladies are away, the boys will come and play.
That's right. Maybe we'll do a Chinese torture chamber story if we have the chance to do it. Who knows?
Is that like a marriage story, but different?
Yes, it's identical. It's just the Chinese version of A Marriage Story. I don't know why they're putting torture chamber. So let me go ahead and read our patrons off because we have a Patreon, and it's patreon.com/food for thought. And for a few dollars, or like literally a few dollars, I think the lowest tier is $2. You
That's good to know.
yeah, I think it's 2 or 3. I can't remember. You can join us, and we will give you free episodes. Additional episodes called Food for Thought Uncut, which we're not doing this week because this is essentially the uncut episode. But on Uncut, we'll be a bit spicy. We'll talk more about our lives. Could be anything.
Less interesting. That's hard. It's hard to describe it because it's always different.
Mhm.
It's not always unhinged.
No, not at all.
Sometimes we're not really even entertaining, or just kind of
No.
chatting.
Yeah, we've talked about. I can't find our patrons. There they are. We've talked about like our mental health on there.
Mhm.
So sometimes it's chill. Sometimes it's us being wacky. Sometimes it's us talking far too much about pornography. Which Devan had to tell us to stop talking about, so we did. So
Her way of telling us is that she gets deafeningly quiet,
yes,
and we didn't pick up on that.
no,
She had to be like, "Stop talking about wieners."
yeah. So
I have no input.
we reined it in a little bit. So yeah, you get that. We're actually working on our next commentary track. We haven't agreed on a film yet. Cyrus is going to pick one. I'm going to pick one. Devan's going to pick one, and then we're going to pick what film we should do.
Just completely up to us. Completely random.
Oh, we might have the patrons vote for it, I suppose. If we each come up with one and then the patrons vote.
They're gonna pick mine. You don't know.
Have you got one?
No, I just I got these ideas, man.
We'll see. I got ideas too, baby. Yeah, I've been posting. I'm not going to go into this too much, but if you didn't know, recently I've done some special features for some Blu-ray releases.
Damn right.
I've done some video essays, and I've actually put them on Patreon. So if you don't buy the Blu-ray releases, you can still watch my special features.
Spicy.
Yep, they're on Blu-ray. They're on Patreon. I want to shout out our beautiful patrons. That would be Miles, Alpha Rookie, the man himself, Nick Martin, Nicholas Planchard, Amok Pal, Rama, Disconnected. Check out Disconnected. He's doing amazing things for physical media. He's an absolute legend. Check him out. Tristan, aka Martial Arts Film Freak, Robert Christiansen, Art School Dropout. Shout out to them. Eloquent, great guy. He's been on the channel. Check out my interview with Eloquent. James Glennie, Don Jitsu, Tina, and Benjamin.
Thank you very much.
Shout out to them all.
Nicholas.
Legends in their own right.
Nicholas Planchard. Anybody ever call you Nicky Planch?
Or Nicky Plants.
Nicky Plants. That's
Doesn't
like another
really work.
gangster name.
Nicky Plants is Nicky Planch is good though. Planch. Yeah. Anyway, we're talking too much.
All right.
Next episode, I've got no idea. I've got no idea what next episode is, but I can assure you, we're going back to Kung Fu, baby. So this guy is going to be upset.
Oh yeah.
Although I will say this, I believe if I look, bear with me, I think we're going to a more modern film. We are.
Donnie Yen.
No.
Uh,
A Philip Ng film.
mhm.
We are actually going to do Once Upon a Time in Shanghai, which was made in, I'm going to take a swing, 2012? Okay, maybe. It's an interesting one. It's got Sammo Hung in it. He doesn't do a lot, but Sammo Hung's in it. Fight choreography by Yun Wu Ping.
Heard of him.
And yeah, there we go. We're going to do that film next. That's subject to change, by the way, just in case. I'm not always right. I don't always stay on the same track. But right now in my head, Once Upon a Time in Shanghai is our next film. Thank you very, very much for watching this episode and coming along with us on this Food for Thought journey. If you like what you see, if you enjoy the episode, please do multiple things. A, like the video, or if you can like podcasts on audio platforms. I'm not entirely sure. Give us 5 stars on your audio platform of choice. On YouTube, just give us a like, drop a comment, and hey, maybe subscribe to us.
I read all the comments. I read them all. Thank you.
I respond to most of them.
I got the info about the Green Ranger. Very well said.
Yeah, I saw that.
I know everything now.
Wonderful. We're hoping. Well, not we, but I am really hoping we can get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is a lot, but
a lot.
I have my fingers crossed. 500 people
have heard us talk absolute nonsense.
That's true.
Cool.
And God damn it, they'll hear us again.
That's right.
But thank you very much, everyone. We really do appreciate it. You're all wonderful, and I love the fact that we're building this kind of not community, but I love seeing the same faces in our comments and just chatting to you all. So that's very nice. All right, take care, everyone, and we will catch you Devan's not
Next
here.
time.
Oh, you did it.
The Altan.
Nice. All right. Wait, what was? Oh shit.
Oh, I'm steaming.